I know you support us because we're your community and I appreciate it. Okay. Let's start in constructive rest pose. So if you don't know what that is, it's just feet on the ground, knees bent, feet mat width distance apart. And you can either let your knees fall in and touch, or you can just let them kind of fall in a little tiny bit, but they don't have to touch. And then let's start today a little bit differently. Let's start with a little bit of self-massage. So we're just gonna bring our hands to the back of our jaw. So kind of right underneath your earlobe, right behind your jaw. And just take your index finger, middle finger, and just gently press or kind of circle around that area. And then just gently start to move your fingers from that space kind of down the sides of your neck a little bit. And you can either just pull your fingers down, or you can circle your fingers down. You can tap your fingers gently down. So maybe you're using all 4 fingers and just gently kind of moving your fingers up, tapping, moving your fingers down, or maybe you're doing a little more massage-like movements, gentle pressure. And start to notice your breath, start to breathe a little bit deeper. And then bring your fingers, your index finger, middle finger, up in between your eyebrows. Press into the space with both hands right in between your eyebrows and just gentle pressure as you drag your fingers out along your eyebrows all the way out to your temples. And then once you get to your temples, just a couple circles, gentle massage. And then do that a couple more times. Bring your fingers in between your eyebrows and gently pull out. Or if you want, you could even pinch your eyebrows. And as you pinch, just move along. So moving out, pinch, pinch, pinch. And then eventually just massaging out your temples. Big deep breaths. Bring your hands up to your hairline, your fingers up to your hairline. And just gently drag your fingers down your forehead. So gentle pressure, drag your fingers down your forehead towards your eyebrows, like you're ironing out any worry, wrinkles, any consternation in your forehead. Good. And then bring your fingers now all the way down, kind of in between your ribs, right below your sternum. And so all 4 of your fingers are pressing down gently in. So almost like you're peeling an orange apart. Start to press your fingers in and then drag them out a little bit. And then breathe as you gently press in. So big inhale. It might feel uncomfortable. See if you can be with it, and then exhale to soften, and just start to move your fingers down towards your belly button, doing the same thing over and over, pressing in, pulling out, and then big deep breath. And if you want, you can kind of move your fingers a little bit just side to side or up and down like you're massaging. So all the way towards your belly button, and then even go underneath your belly button, do the same thing. So you're pressing down, pulling out. Breathe, puff up into your fingers and relax around it. Good job, you guys. And then finally, just take your fingers to your heart space and tap your chest a little bit. Right below your collarbones, tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Out towards your shoulders, tap, 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 tap. Then take your fingers down towards your belly, your solar plexus, your upper abdominal area, down towards your sacral, your lower abdominal area, and just tap, tap, tap. Or you can make fists and just gently, not like you're punching hard, but like gentle love taps with your fists. Big deep breaths. And then let your arms rest by your sides. And if you want to, extend your legs long so you're in Shavasana now. And just be here for a moment. So all that stuff we just did, hopefully it gave you a little more awareness of your physical body, or a little more in touch with your physical body. So just feel whatever there is to feel right now. Feel the energy of your body as you lay here. Feel or notice any emotions that are present without telling any stories about these emotions. So you don't have to figure anything out. You don't have to know why it's there. You don't have to remind yourself why it's there, but just notice what you feel, the sensation, the raw sensation. So close your eyes and just notice your inner space. Notice your breath. Next time you inhale, fill up as big as you can. When you think you're full, see if you can take an extra sip of air in. Open mouth sigh, let it go. And then do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill up. Hold. Extra sip if it's there. And then open mouth sigh, release. One more time. Big, huge inhale. Extra sip, maybe 2 extra sips. Send them down into your fingers and toes, all the way up to the crown of your head, full of breath, and sigh out your mouth. Let it go. Good job, you guys. Slowly, gently, bring your knees in towards your belly and rock it out side to side. So I like to cross my ankles, just feels better for me. You can grab kneecaps, shins, or backs of thighs, and just gently give your low back a little massage against the ground. Maybe even draw circles with your knees and outline, trace your sacrum against the ground. Keep your right knee hugging in and extend your left leg forward and just set it down. We'll move into a supine spinal twist. So right arm extends out. Scoot your hips over to the right side of your mat a little bit and then roll over onto your left side. Gaze up or over your right shoulder, whatever feels better on your neck. And if you want, you can bring left hand to the outside of your right thigh. And just focus on breathing down into your belly, down into your low back. All the way to empty with each exhalation. Take about 5 more deep breaths. Soften through your face, your forehead. Last couple rounds. Notice any thoughts that you've got going. Notice if you're trying to solve anything in your mind, figure anything out, and if so, just give yourself permission to let it go. Just be in your body, feel your breath. Take one last huge inhale. And if you would like, open your mouth, sigh it out. Ease your way back onto your spine. Keep your left leg out long, but adjust so that your hips are straight down from your shoulders. Draw your right knee up towards your right armpit and bring your hands to the front of your right shin. Hug your right knee up towards your right armpit And take a big, huge Buddha belly breath as you give your knee a big, huge squeeze in and up. Half happy baby with your right leg. So reach up and grab the sole of your right foot if you can. If that's too much, just grab your ankle, shin, or the back of your thigh. Pull down with your right arm. Press up through your right heel and flex your toes back and active. Imagine that there is a heavy sandbag on top of your left thigh. Keep a neutral spine position, so backs of shoulders are rooted down. Breathe. And then this is only if you want to, so stay in happy baby. Only if you want to extend your right leg all the way out long. So like hand to big toe pose. Press out through your right heel. Maybe reach your left arm out to the left. Try to keep back of your left hip rooted. Imagine that heavy sandbag on the top of your left thigh. Wherever you are at, everybody, full body stretch. So release your right leg, take your right leg out next to left leg, arms overhead. And then for a moment, imagine there's an invisible rope above your head and you're trying to drag yourself back using that rope. So reach with one hand, reach with the other hand. And when you reach with your hand, see if you can use your entire side. So entire side of your body is really long. Good. Now, come back to neutral, and if the backs of your ribs are lifting a lot, press the backs of your ribs down. So neutral spine. Inhale, long reach. Exhale, draw your left knee towards your belly. And then move into your supine spinal twist. So left arm reaches out left, hip scoot over to the left just a little bit, and then roll onto the outside of your right hip. So outside of right hip and outer edge of right foot are against the ground. Do your best to keep the backs of your shoulders down, even your left shoulder. Mine does lift, so it's fine if it lifts. Just have the intention of rooting down through the back of your left shoulder. And then breathe all the way down into your low belly, low back, soft through your face. So you're not straining or forcing anything, you're just gently encouraging. And then softening with your exhales, allowing your body to give in a little more. Good job, you guys. About 3 more deep breaths here. And again, notice if your mind has gone somewhere else. Notice if it's trying to figure something out. It's so good at doing that stuff. It wants to do that stuff so bad. Let it come back to just the breath, just sensation. One last big inhale. Extra sip in if you can. And then out your mouth, release, let it go. Roll back onto your spine, onto your back body. And then kind of scoot your hips over a little bit if needed so they're straight down from shoulders. Keep your right leg extended and draw your left knee up. Grab hold in front of your left shin and squeeze in and up. Take a couple big Buddha belly breaths as you squeeze in and up, in and up. And then half happy baby with your left leg. So grab your left foot. If that's too much, ankle, shin, back of thigh. Flex back through your toes and press up through your heel. Neutral spine. Good, you guys. Stay in happy baby, or option only if you want to extend your left leg straight out to the left. So extend, press out through your heel, flex back through your toes, and maybe extend your right arm out to the right. Stay rooted, grounded through the backs of both shoulders, backs of both hips. If you're extending out, see if you can feel your left quad muscle, the top of your thigh squeeze. Last big breath. Full happy baby. So you might bring your left foot kind of in as you bring your right foot up to meet it, and then grab hold of both feet. Rock it out in your happy baby for a moment. If you want to extend both legs long, go for it. One at a time, go for it. Some version of cloud pose even, go for it. So you do you, feeling around. And then from happy baby, you guys, come back to constructive rest. So feet wide, knees bent. And this time, tee out your arms or cactus your arms, windshield wiper your knees side to side. Slowly and intentionally, and especially focus on your top knee. So when your knees fall to one side, top knee reaches forward and down. Back of your ribs works towards the ground. So when your knees go to one side, those opposite ribs want to lift up. That's fine if they do, but have the intention of pressing down through your back ribs. Couple more of those. Slowly with your breath, so not rushing through. We rush through a lot of things in our day. Don't rush through right now. This is the time we get to go slow. All right, finish the round you are on, or maybe take just one more. And then come back to constructive rest, back to center. Hug your knees in. Invitation to rock and roll. If you don't feel like rocking and rolling, of course you can opt out, but I like to grab the backs of my thighs, rock and roll a few times, and see if you can find a little moment of hover on your upper back like you're in plow pose for a second, and maybe a little moment of hover on your sit bones like you're in boat pose for a second. So just play with it, and then eventually we're just going to rock up to a seated position. So this is just gonna be kind of fun, actually. Well, I think it's fun. I guess it depends what your definition of fun is. Okay, so sit on something if you need to be really comfy. We'll be here for a little bit. And just start by bringing your hands together. Interlace your fingers so you have one big fist. Roll out your wrist. That's all we're doing. And at the same time as you're rolling out your wrist, if you would like to, maybe kind of involve your head. Feel around through your neck. And just notice how it changes the way you're moving your wrist when you get your head involved. All of a sudden, it's kind of like that game of patting your head and rubbing your belly, right? All right, let your arms fall down by your sides for a moment and just focus on your neck. So being very gentle, let one of your ears fall towards the same shoulder. I don't care which way you want to go. Big deep breath, keep your spine long, and then chin to chest. Big deep breath, stay tall through your spine. And then take your opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. So we're making a full circle, big deep breath here. Don't collapse your head back, but think of just puffing up your chest and extending back, big deep breath. So it shouldn't hurt. And then continue like you're making a big full circle with your head slowly and mindfully, not collapsing your head back as you go back, but extending back. After you've made a couple, 2 or 3 circles, then reverse directions. Good, you guys. Keep your face soft, keep your shoulders relaxed and down. All right, come back to center, slowly, no rush. Okay, here's the fun part. We're gonna play with our breath a little bit. So it will be, we're gonna inhale and bring our hands, interlace our fingers up towards our chin. And then as we exhale, we'll press our palms forward and curl in. Inhale, reach your arms up, so let your hands come apart, reach up. And then exhale, lion's breath, stick out your tongue, cross your eyes, make a little noise. Inhale, interlace fingers, hands up by your chin. Exhale, curl in, hollow out, empty out. Inhale, reach your arms up, get tall. Anything you don't want to hold anymore, let it go. Inhale, interlace, hands up towards your chin. Exhale, push your palms forward, hollow out. Inhale, reach up. Lion's breath as you exhale, cross your eyes, stick out your tongue, let it out. Inhale, two more, interlace. Exhale, round, curl in, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, reach up and stretch. Anything that's heavy inside of you, let it out your mouth. Last one, inhale, interlace. Exhale, press away. Inhale, reach up. And lion's breath, let it out. Good job. Come forward to hands and knees. All right, from hands and knees, anything that would feel good. So maybe some cat-cows, maybe some hip circles, maybe just a child's pose or an embryo pose. You're welcome to just sit back and rest for a moment. Okay, friends, and then find your way just to neutral spine, so tabletop. Bring your knees at least hips width distance apart. Take your right arm out to the right and all the way up, inhale. Now listen, as you exhale, just reach your hips back towards your heels, reach your arm back. Inhale, reach forward, up. And as you exhale, hips towards your heels, reach your arm back. Inhale, reach forward, so back to tabletop, up. And then exhale, push your hips back. Two more like that. Inhale. All the way up, exhale, reach back. Last one, inhale, reach forward, up and back. Good job. Inhale, reach forward, up and hold. Thread it through. Exhale, right arm reaches through and gently rest down. Any way you want to work it here for about 5 to 7 breaths. Good job, you guys. Check in with your facial muscles. Unclench your jaw. All right, left hand down, if it happens to be lifted. And then on an inhale, unthread your right arm, reach it out and up one more time. Now listen, wrap your right arm behind your back, and if it's available, kind of bring your hand into the crease of your hip or even grab hold of the front of your left thigh. And just let your neck relax, so let your head be heavy, and let that space in between your right shoulder and your right ear, let that space elongate. Breathe into that space for about 2 more deep breaths. Hold onto the front of your left thigh if it's available. Good job. And then extend your right arm up, everyone. Bring your right hand down. And just sit back into hero's pose if that's available to you. Knees together, sit back onto your heels. If that's too much, knees apart. Bring a block in between and sit on that block. If that's still not going to work, just sit however you need to. So sitting back into heroes or whatever pose you need to be in. Bring your hands behind your back and just interlace your fingers. With your fingers interlaced, Bend your elbows and see if you can press your palms together. And then start to draw circles with that big fist you've made. Circle, circle, circle. Try to keep your shoulders back rather than forward if possible. Reverse your circles. Try to keep pressing your palms together if possible. Feel the heat build in your shoulders. That's what we want. Now, reach and stretch your hands back. Knit your front ribs together, but keep the front of your shoulders open. And then maybe even let your chin drop down towards your chest. So the back of your neck gets long, shoulder blades, squeeze your spine. Take one more huge breath here. Keep your interlace, lift your chin, lift your gaze just a little bit, extending through the sides of your neck. One more big deep breath. And hands to low back, let it go. Come forward to hands and knees and sit back either to child's or embryo. So it might feel really nice just to reach your arms back, hands towards heels. So just relax. Find a sense of grounding. All right. Lift to tabletop, and from tabletop all the way down to your belly. Shoulder pigeon with your right arm first. So right arm extends straight out, palm faces the ground. Roll up onto your right side. And bring the sole of your left foot either down behind you like I'm doing. Or sometimes I like to just put my foot in front of me. If there's any other variation you want to take with your left leg, go for it. You also might take your left arm up and back. You might bring your left forearm to rest across your low back. Make sure your head can relax down. So use something underneath it, like a pillow or a sweatshirt if you need to. And then focus on your breath. Stay soft through your outer shell. Take one last huge full body breath. See if there's an extra sip like we always do, and then side out your mouth when you're ready. Ease your way back onto your belly. And for just a moment, turn your head in the opposite direction and do whatever feels good with your arms. Rest them down by your sides or out to your sides or curled into your sides. And either just kind of shimmy your hips a little bit side to side, or bend your knees and windshield wiper your shins side to side. If you windshield wiper, make sure your knees are at least hips width distance apart. Send your breath into your low back. In your next couple of breaths, find your way to tabletop. And any movement that's calling to you from tabletop, anything that would feel good for a moment. All right, friends. I'm gonna turn around just so you can see this side. You don't have to turn around though. All right. So from tabletop, make sure your knees are at least hips width distance apart. Take your left arm out and all the way up. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, reach your left arm back, reach your hips back. Inhale, circle your arm forward and up. Exhale, reach it back, hips back. Just like that. Inhale forward, up, exhale back. Inhale. Move with your breath, couple more. Feel your hips move. Like a moving meditation. Next time you inhale, reach your left arm forward, up, and pause. Exhale, thread your left arm through. And then anywhere you want to go to explore on this side, big deep breaths. Take about 2 more rounds. And then if you happen to have your right hand lifted, set it back down. Next inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it out and up. And then remember, pause here, bring your left arm behind you. And if it's available, so you can either kind of stick your hand in the crease of your hip or grab hold of the front of your right thigh. Let your head be heavy, let your neck relax. So feel that long line from your left ear to your left shoulder and imagine you can breathe into that space. One more big inhale. Send it into the left side of your neck. Exhale, release. Left arm up, breathe in. Left hand down. Okay. And then from here, sit back again. Hero's pose, if that works for you, or any other position. If you want screaming toe pose, if you like screaming toe pose and you want to take it here, feel more than free. All right, so this time we're doing something totally different. Take your right arm to the sky, bend your right elbow, bring your left hand to your right elbow. You can either stay here, only if you want to. Please do not feel like you need to force this. Left arm behind you, possibly find the bind, interlace your fingers. Or not interlace, but clasp your hands. Press the back of your head into your arms. So try to lift your chin up out of your chest. Take about 2 more breaths. Bottom of your next exhale, let everything go and just shake out your arms for a second. If you happen to be sitting cross-legged by chance, switch the cross of your legs. And then other side. So left arm up, bend your elbow, right hand to left elbow. Gently coax your elbow down into the right. Press the back of your head into your arm, lift your chin up. And try, if you're like me, I always press my ribs forward. Knit your front ribs together. So more of a neutral spine. If you want to, right arm behind you, maybe you find the bind, maybe not. Good job, 2 more rounds. Nice work, you guys. Release, let it go. Shake out your arms gently. And then come forward to hands and knees. Come all the way down onto your belly. And we'll move into shoulder pigeon with our left arm. So left arm extends out. Palm faces the ground. Roll up onto your left side body. And any variation you want to take with right leg and right arm on this side, go for it. Make sure your head is relaxed down, big deep breaths. Good job, friends. Last couple rounds. Very bottom of your next exhale, come back onto your belly, nice and easy. Turn your head the other direction. And again, whatever feels good with your arms. You can hug them into your sides. You can rest them down by your sides, reach them out. And you choose either just kind of shaking your hips a little bit, or windshield wiper your shins, or even try egg beater shins. So like you're circling each foot in different directions, throwing them into a mixing bowl. Get down into your low back. And as you're ready, just come up to a tabletop position. And from tabletop, find your way into a seat. And before we go back onto our back, we'll take a seated forward fold. So, invitation to use anything you want to under your butt if you feel like you're gonna fall backwards already. If you're sitting here and you're like, I already feel like I'm gonna fall backwards, then put something under your butt and bend your knees as much as you need to, so you feel like you can sit up tall and you feel like your sit bones are on the ground. So front edge of your sit bones on the ground, flex your toes, press down through the backs of your heels, everybody. So even if you got your legs straight, press through the backs of your heels and you want your knees to lift. Arms reach up. Press through the backs of your heels, reach up high, inhale, flex your toes. Exhale, reach your butt back, heart forward. Reach, reach, reach. When you can't reach anymore, just relax, let it go. Now press down through the backs of your thighs and the backs of your heels. Flex your toes. Work the pose with your breath, just about 4 or 5 rounds. All right, very end of your next exhalation, slow, 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 roll up 1 vertebra at a time. And then once your head stacks, take your hands behind you and just lower yourself all the way down onto your back. Once you are on your back, you choose either windshield wipers with your knees or hug your knees in and gentle rocks. Set up for a bridge pose, but don't go into it just yet. So feet on the ground with knees bent. All of your toes face forward. Feet hips width distance apart. Heels and ankles come straight down from your knees. Arms by your sides. We're going to start with just pelvic tilts, and that's all. So exhale, pull your belly button down, scoop your tailbone up. It's just a little lift. And inhale, press your tailbone down, feel your low back lift. Exhale, belly button pulls down, scoop your tailbone up. And inhale, tailbone down, low back lifts. Go about 2 more times, back and forth. Feel. Does it feel a little bit stuck anywhere in the middle? Is there anywhere it feels like you just kind of skip past? And then next time you inhale, so exhale, scoop your tailbone off the ground, and inhale, peel your spine off your mat. Once you are in your full bridge, take your arms up and back over your head. Root into your heels and the inner edges of your feet especially. Press down into the back of your head especially. Take an inhale here. And exhale, reach your arms up slowly, one vertebra at a time. Lower your spine towards the ground, back down, and let your arms eventually return back down by your sides. Flowing bridges. So exhale, or excuse me, inhale. You might even just take an exhale to tuck your tailbone first, but as you inhale, you're lifting. And as you exhale, you're lowering, or essentially you can do it any way you want, just be intentional, do it on purpose. It's like a moving meditation, feeling into the mobility, the undulation of your spine, that wave-like motion. Really slow, really mindful, strong and rooted through your feet. Slow, deep breaths. Take one or two more, just like that. And then eventually, so finish the round you're on, come back down into a neutral spine. From neutral spine, we'll move into a supine pigeon, outer right ankle, top of left thigh. Keep your left foot on the ground if you want, or lift your left foot up and grab hold behind your left thigh. You're welcome to rock it out. So with your arm strength, pull in. With your leg strength, resist and press away. Try to keep a neutral spine rather than rounding. Take just a few deep breaths. Good job, you guys. Last couple. If your left foot is lifted, set it down. Extend your right leg up and just roll out your ankle for a moment. Point, flex, roll, roll. Snap, crackle, pop. Set your right foot down. On the other side, supine pigeon, outer left ankle, top of right thigh. So make that figure four. And if you want to, right foot lifts. Grab hold behind your thigh. Keep a neutral spine. Stay active and strong through your left ankle and your left toes. Breathe. Rock side to side if you want to. If you are holding on to the back of your thigh, just set it down. Extend your left leg straight up. Take a moment to point, flex, roll it out. And then set your left foot down. Anywhere else you want to go to finish off your practice. So maybe one last happy baby, maybe one last heart opener, maybe you want to go straight to Shavasana. So no expectation, no right or wrong. Maybe you want to grab a eye mask or a blanket, something like that. And I'm actually going to play a song for you guys. I hope it comes across okay. I'm sharing my computer sound. So this song is just piano playing and it's just called After the Rain.
So just enjoy, let your breath become effortless, and just rest. Every day is not an opportunity to improve yourself. Some days are just there for you to accept yourself and look at the clouds. This too is growth. This too is rising. Just existing is enough on some days. The flowers do it every day and make the world more beautiful just by being. So do you. Take a deep breath in and let it out your mouth. Just slowly begin to come back into your physical body, maybe little wiggles through fingers, toes, maybe a little bit of massage like we did at the beginning, if it would feel nice. And then as you're ready, roll to either side. Fetal position. Give yourself a couple of deep breaths, just letting that practice, that nice restorative, rejuvenating practice, sink in, seep into the cracks. Just use your arms to slowly guide yourself up into seated meditation. And we'll just seal our practice. So hands, as you're ready, sit up nice and tall and gather your hands to your own heart. With your eyes closed, bow your head to your heart and just acknowledge yourself. Thank yourself. Maybe you even want to say out loud, thank you, self. Thank you for showing up. Taking time out of your day to slow down and be more present and be more intentional and be more in my body. So thank you for taking time to connect to yourself today. Give yourself that. Thank you for letting me guide you. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. Okay, my friend.